If you are in Canada and want to apply for your parents' visitor visa, but you are not sure about the process, fees, or documents required, then this video is for you because in today's video, I'll be sharing my laptop screen and explain you everything that you need to know in order to do your parents' visitor visa by yourself. So without wasting any further time, let's get started with this video. Just to avoid confusion, there are two ways on how you can apply for your parents' visitor visa. The first method is using your GCK login, and second method is using the IRCC new portal. In today's video, we will be doing it with IRCC new portal because it is a little easier when you are doing it through IRCC portal. You just have to fill in questions and answers and you don't have to fill out any complicated forms. So you have to search Visitor Visa Canada on your browser. I would recommend you using Google Chrome. Then open this first link. If you scroll down, why are you applying for a visitor visa? So let's say you are an international student and you have your convocation upcoming. So we'll consider this scenario in this case. So you can select this option for a family visit. What is your family member status in Canada? So consider as your father or mother is filling out this application. So they can select temporary resident in Canada. Hit continue, and it will explain you few documents which you need, and it will give you this portal signing into IRCC portal. You have to click on that. If you haven't created any login ID and password before, then you can go into this get invite code and you can follow the steps to create an account. I already have an account, so I will just click on this one. Once you are logged in into account, you have to scroll below and click on apply to visit, study or work. And then it will give you a few instructions. The one thing that you have to notice here is you will get 60 days. As soon as you start creating application, you will have 60 days to submit that application. Select accept the terms and go ahead. Do you want to apply for more than one person at the same time? So let's say you are applying for your mom and dad both. So you will select yes. If you are applying for only one person, you can select no. Now they will ask you to create a group. So you can select this family and you can name it anything. Let's call it parents. So here you will scroll down and hit on continue. Now you will give answers to this question as if your father is filling out the application. So in this case, I am filling out the form, but I am just being a kind of unpaid representative for my father. So it's asking I want to apply for, so my father wants to apply for visitor visa. Why do you need a visa? So in this one, you will select this option of to visit other family who are not listed above or friends for less than 6 months. Sometimes students get confused and select this option of such as international students or temporary worker. But you can select only this option if you are a dependent child of your parents. And IRCC defines dependent child as the person who is less than 22 years old and who is not married yet. Tell us more about what you will do in Canada, include date. So let's say to attend convocation ceremony of my son. I'm just writing one sentence here, but you can write up to 475 characters and explain in detail as well. When will you enter in Canada? So you can select approximately dates of convocation if that is not finalized yet. You can keep the duration for less than 6 months. Generally, people try to put at least 2 or 3 months. That is acceptable. UCI number, that is optional. So we'll save and continue. So it's asking the documents you need and then information you need to enter. Then we'll continue. Are you applying on behalf of someone else? So now IRCC is asking me as a person that because I am filling out this form. So I'm applying on behalf of my father. So I'll select yes. Who are you in relation to the person you are helping? Let's select family member. Information about the representative. So I have to fill out my own details in this one. You'll fill out your basic details like this and then you will say save and continue. Travel document information of the applicant. So now we are talking about my father. So we have to enter his details here, name, given name based on whatever is on the passport, and then date of birth, travel document of the applicant. So what document are you traveling with? So let's say passport. What kind of passport? Regular, select the country code that matches on the passport. So select India. What's the nationality on the passport? Select India. What's your passport travel document number? Date of issue, date of expiry. You're lawful permanent citizen of United States? No. You held a Canadian visitor visa in the last 10 years? No. Do you currently hold a valid US? No. Are you traveling to Canada by air? So of course yes. And then save and continue. Citizen and places where the applicant has lived. So I will put down the history of my father. Say he was born in India. City or town where you were born. Are you a citizen of more than one country? So no. Which country or territory are you citizen of? India. Since birth, let's say, and save and continue. Next, an identity document of applicant. Let's say if your parents have Aadhaar card, then you can select yes, and then you can put down the document number, date of issue, country of issuing, so India, and save and continue. Have you used another name in the past? So let's say he hasn't, then no. Contact information of the applicant. What's your residential address? So I'll put down the address of my father where he is living right now. Is your mailing address the same? Let's say yes. List your current country or territory of residence, then add all other countries or territories where you have lived for the past 5 years for more than 6 months. I'll add the country in which he is right now. And this is where I currently live, let's say, and save. If your father has traveled into any another country and lived there for more than 6 months, then you can add those as well. Do we already have your fingerprints and photos? I say no. And save and continue. Who is inviting you? So now I have to put my details here because I am inviting my parents for my convocation, let's say. Relationship to you, family member. I'll put down my mailing address here where I'm living in Canada right now. Put down my telephone number, email address. Has someone else also invited you? Let's say no. Save and continue. How much money do you have for your stay in Canada? So my father can state the amount in Canadian dollar, how much money he has in his bank account or FD or whatever financial money he has. So let's say to make the application smoother, generally I have seen people recommend at least to show 10,000 Canadian dollar. I'll just put that amount. Is someone else giving you money for a stay? Let's say no. Then save and continue. Post-secondary education history. Have you ever studied at post-secondary education school? Let's say he has done one diploma degree, then you have to add the details here. Did you serve in any military? Let's say no. Give details of all your employment and activities for the past 10 years. If he is only working at one place, then you can just select ongoing and select what is his work occupation, job title, company, main duties of job, and the address of the company. You can add more tabs here if he has worked in various companies within last 10 years. During the past 5 years, have you traveled to a country other than the one we are citizen of? Let's say no. Have you ever stayed in Canada beyond validity of status? No. Have you ever been refused a visa or permit? No. Have you ever committed any crime? No. Have you ever been arrested? Majority of the answers will be no here, but you can go through them and select accordingly. Have you ever been a member of associate? No. Have you ever witnessed or participated in treatment? No. Medical background, have you ever a medical exam performed by IRCC? No. In the last 2 years, were you diagnosed? No. In the last 5 years, have you been in close contact? No. Medical background, are you currently receiving the? No. Have you ever drug addiction? No. Mental health? No. What is your current marital status? So I'll select married. Date of marriage or start of common law relationship, I will select the date when he got married. Name of spouse or common law partner. So here you can enter your mother's name, and then her date of birth, country, present occupation, let's say homemaker. Is their address the same as yours? Let's say yes. Will your spouse or common law partner accompany you to Canada? I'll select yes because my parents will be traveling together. Click on save and continue. Do you have any biological adopted or stepchildren? Say yes. So I will add my own detail here. If you have any brother or sister, then you have to add that detail as well. Does this child have the same address as you? No, because I'm living in a different country right now, so I have to enter my Canadian address. If the child is not in Canada, will they accompany you to Canada? Select no, because I'm already here. And save. I'll have to go into add, and I'll have to add my grandparents, so like grandfathers and grandmothers name, surname, relationship, and then date of birth, country or territory of birth, occupation. And then does this parent have the same address as you? Yes or no. Will this parent come with you to Canada? Just select no if you are applying for my parents only. You can repeat the same process to add the other parent detail here, and then save and continue. Language of applicant, what is your native language? Select Gujarati in this case. Can you communicate in English or French? Say English. What language do you want us to use to contact you? English. Email address of the applicant, so I will enter my father's email ID. In case if your father doesn't have an email ID, you can put your own email ID as well. Telephone number of the applicant, so I'll put my father's phone number. So now you have given answer to all the questions which this website was asking you. You can expand them all by using this feature, and you can verify them all. If you want to make any changes, you can go into edit and make the changes. I would recommend you to just do Control P and save this all answer at one place. So in case in the future, after a few days, if you are confused about what you selected, then you can verify what option you selected at that time. Let's say everything looks good. Click on save and continue. So here now you have to upload the documents. The first one is letter of invitation. So the main purpose of letter of invitation should state the purpose and length of your visit, the nature of the relationship between you and the person inviting you, the contact information of the person inviting you. So it's pretty easy. You can make it by yourself, or you can just use Google and you might find some other templates which people are using nowadays. The second document is national identity document. So here I can upload my father's Aadhaar card, or he can do it. And then the third option is passport or travel document. So you can combine the first and last page of the passport along with any pages with the stamps. The third option is funds or proof. So whatever my father have is in his bank, or any FD or any mutual fund or anything that he has said 10,000 Canadian dollars, then he can upload it here. And then this option which says use of representative IMM 5476. So unfortunately there is no way to download that form from here. So what I will do is I'll just open that in Google, and I'll open the first link. Just save it on your desktop somewhere, and in order to open that form, to right click and say open with Adobe Acrobat. This form basically means that my father is giving me permission to create or modify his information. Consider this as he's filling out this. So he's saying I am appointing a representative, and then here it says applicant information. So this will be details of my father, so like family name, given name, date of birth, and all fields are not mandatory, so you can skip type of application, UCI number if you don't have any. Then appointment of representative. So here I will have to put my family name and given name. I have to select this checkbox which says uncompensated and is a friend or family member. Then I don't have to fill out any other details. And in this number 7, I can just fill out my mailing address in case if they want to contact me, and email address as well. And below here it says your representative declaration. So I'll put down my full name. And then in this section D, where it says your declaration, I declared that I have fully answered all the questions on this form. So here it says signature of applicant. So my father will put down his full name and put the date when he's filling out this form. I have to save this form, and then I will upload it. Then the fourth document is marriage certificate. If they have marriage certificate in English or French, then only I can upload it. But if they don't have it in English or French, then I can still upload the page of passport where my mom has my dad's name and my dad has my mom names in the spouse section, which can prove that they are each other's spouse. And then in the optional documents, what you can do is in the additional documents, if suppose let's say I'm inviting my parents for convocation, then I can upload all documents here which are like kind of supporting documents. So I will upload my bank statement for last 3 to 6 months. I will upload my transcript. I will upload my convocation letter or graduation letter, and every detail which can make my case stronger for that visitor visa application. And I can also write a letter explaining that I want to invite my parents for the convocation, and then attach all the documents. So it will be letter plus all PDFs. As soon as you are done with filling out this everything for your father, you can go to this return to group, and then here you can say add member, and you can repeat the same process and enter all the details for your mother. And then after that you can just go save and continue, and it will ask you to do the payment, which is 100 Canadian dollar for the application of visitor visa as of now. And in total, if you are applying for both, it will be $200, and you might have to pay for biometrics, which is around $80 or $85 somewhere. So that's everything for today's video. I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comment down below if you have any doubts regarding the process, and see you guys in the next vlog.